Hey everybody, it's Evicta. It's time to lead run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Thursday, Mosh Pit. Oh, we got the deep one today. We got the deep voice here. Hope you all had a great start to your Thursday. There's the seed if you want to play this one, but I know that probably you don't want to because we've got Isaac's Heart. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Isaac's Heart is a very bad item. It's one of my least favorite items in the entire game ever since it was established back in Rebirth, and continues to be awful, even though it does have a little bit of a defensive ability now, and does do the Tammy's head attack after it slams down on the ground. It surprisingly does a pretty good amount of damage, but the biggest problem with this item, and will always be with this item, is the fact that it does take damage on itself rather than Isaac's body. Now, you could think that, well, maybe that's not too bad, right? You can go into curse rooms. It's pretty good. I know, hey, what about that IV bag? Technically speaking, if you use an IV bag right now, it wouldn't hurt Isaac because you can just use it infinite times, right? Right? Nope. Nope, they nerfed that. They nerfed it. They nerfed only a couple of the things that made Isaac's Heart even remotely useful. Blood Rights being another one of the most notorious ones that exists here. So there are ways to play around Isaac's Heart, but the main way is just to not get it. There is the legitimate strategy to winning with Isaac's Heart without just destroying the game is to have Isaac step in front of anything that's trying to hit it, right? So you basically act as your own orbital. Yeah, we take the D12 here. I might as well just take this here. So this is not going to be a run that we're going to overpower with anything. We need to just survive. This is already one of those items that you cannot ignore. It's a perfect D12 room here. So we get a couple of... Okay, well, I was hoping we'd get a little bit more than that, but I was hoping... I don't know why I did that. Yeah, I was hoping we'd get a little bit more HP there, or a little bit more money. Gonna be Haunt. Haunt is not gonna be a fun fight for us. It's gonna be Pink Haunt that's even worse because remember, Isaac's Heart trails behind Isaac, so you gotta make sure that you're in front of Haunt, but more importantly, you gotta make sure that Isaac's Heart is also behind you, otherwise it can and will get hit by the Pink Brimstone. Well, the Pink Haunt Brimstone. We get a Tears Up, so that's fine. But yeah, we're gonna need some help here. I think there was a Soul Heart inside of the shop, so let's go do that real quick. We got to be locked in here. This is bad. We could bomb the donation machine. I think that because Hive Mind would be good. Of course, early Steam sale would be nice too, but we can't afford it. There's no way for us to get anything. There's no tinted rocks. That's why I was really kind of hoping that we were going to get more money out of this play here with the D-Twizzle. But with the D12, even though I passed up on it in the past, it does have a potential to ball out of control. We go on to last week's question of the episode, coming in from Ayrton Schmidt 8463, who said, question of the episode, hey Sin, do you think there should exist tinted and double tinted mushrooms? Something that guarantees good pills and items. Yes. Yes. 100% yes. 1000% yes. Absolutely. Imagine a tinted mushroom having a chance to get magic mush or mini mush or skinny on mushroom. Yeah. Sign me up. And guaranteed good pills. Yeah. Please. Just make it happen, Zombolus. It won't, but let's just make it happen. I think it's a great idea. Honestly, I've never even thought about that before. What about tinted fires? Would that be cool? Like a tint, and I don't mean the demon fires. I mean like a tinted fire that would shoot at enemies for you. Big D12able room here, and look at this. So we get a tinted rock, which is good. We need to get rid of these jerks first. Yeah, so I don't... The play here is for me not to run away from shots. It's to run into them, as you saw right there, because I'm trying to stop them from hitting Isaac's heart, not Isaac. We're going to have to finagle this bomb barrel over here to the Tinted Raku. Tinted Raku. We get a key and a bomb. But this is where the D12 really shines, is these big rooms that allow you to get, you know, possibly soul hearts. It would have been nice if we got one, but instead we're going to get another active item. So we're 2 for 2 so far in active items game. You can go through curse rooms, but I don't remember if it charges you on the way out. And we get a Guppy's collar. Okay, so if something bad does happen with Isaac's heart, it can and will maybe save us, hopefully. Yeah, so we get free curse rooms, so that's good. In a way, playing with Isaac's heart is like trying to maneuver and control Montezuma's as well. So you're trying to basically use the reverse of Isaac in his positioning. I don't know if the secret room is there. It's a weird spot if it's there. We only have 3 bombs. That's a little bit weird. A little bit strange. Now, the counterfeit penny, of course, is going to give us a chance to increase the denomination of, or the value. I always say denomination when I'm explaining this item. The value of coins. So it could give us, instead of a penny that gives us 1 penny, it gives us 2 cents instead. Oh man, this is a huge room here for the D12. Big room here. There's a death button. I think I didn't see that. Now we are not affected by spikes, as you see here. Spikes have no meaning to us. Now the spiked rocks can still hurt us, but spikes themselves cannot. So we can walk here, it's fine. But as long as we don't run Isaac's heart into them, then yeah. 2 keys, I think, is for 2 golden chests. Seems like deliverance here. Let's go grab the other one. So, you know, in all reality, there are some advantages to Isaac's heart. It's just not a fun item for me anyway. Some people may really love it. I do not. Any item that forces you to play around it this much and can also be extremely lethal is a no-go for me, Chief. No, thank you. I'll go ahead and not re-up on the subscription plan. Oh, this is another huge room here for the D12. Another thing about Isaac's heart is you cannot hold it too long because, as you see right there, it will slow down dramatically. But you know, this is a good opportunity to show that Isaac's heart you can block for it. Like you can act like a lineman for it. As long as you know how to manipulate, you know, how fast it can turn. You just got to switch real fast. And Voodoo Head, honestly, give me Voodoo Head. It sounds like a crazy pick here, but remember, we have full free curse rooms for the rest of this run. This is dangerous. I shouldn't. Let's pause on the Demon Judgment for a second because I need to get these hearts. Yeah, so that's what you don't want right there, is to get swarmed, and that's also the reason why I decided not to go all the way down to our empty hearts here. A big opportunity here with the counterfeit penny. Yeah, there we go. E12 making it happen. We get a soul heart. Look at that. Remember, these spikes don't mean anything to us, so we don't really care about any of this. We get our hearts back. We get another heart. Hopefully a good payout from the Demon Judgment. There you go. So that you saw that purple fire. It already shot, so it will not fire again. What's this going to do? Oh, well, thank you. That was very kind of you. Look at that, D12. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Brother. D12 making it happen. Now, you also used to be able to tap Temperance Machines as well as Demon Judgments for free with the old Isaac's Heart. But that was deemed way too powerful. I mean, we can afford all this stuff here. The counterfeit penny did not proc off of there. Now let's not get ahead of ourselves. I don't want to get too big for our britches now. Let's hold off on playing that Demon Judgment until we're done with the floor. Now, if we get something, this is another interesting play here. If we end up getting something that can make Isaac deal contact damage, like Serpent's Kiss, for example, then it's off to the races. Serpent's Kiss makes this almost unlosable. Almost unlosable. Okay, we get a free contract from below pretty much. And that was all thanks to the money that we had gotten from the D12. The counterfeit penny definitely helped out a lot. Look at this, we get a full heal too. Oh, this is so good. All right, so we are definitely safe from danger. Well, we're safe from death from the boss. You can really recoil the heart, and then again, you're just playing as a blocker here for Isaac's heart. Yeah, so we don't care if they shoot Isaac. We can go take another roll here in that other room. This room here, there's still plenty of rocks to be rolled, so. And it does happen on occasion where you get even more out of the same room. Yeah, we got another penny here, a couple pennies, 3 pennies. Those 2, 4, look at that, 6 cents. Just for a 3, make it 8 cents. Just for a 3-room cooldown and a tinted rock too. Oh my Gertie. The D12 showing you how it's done. And that's what I'm talking about, man. Love me some D12. Love me some D12. It does get outshined by some items, but man, when it works in your favor, especially, which tends to be the case for a lot of things, you feel like you feel like a legend. Good damage there on the creep from Isaac's heart, and we get a movement speed upgrade, which we desperately needed, so I'm not going to complain about that. And oh buddy. Oh, buddy, it's almost like the game heard me. Sack Dagger, Isaac's heart. Yeah. Yeah, we're about to have some fun on an Isaac's heart run, no less. And the D12, sign me up. So you notice here how Sack Dagger is actually staying on Isaac and not Isaac's heart. This gives us that offensive contact that I was just talking about, but in a big way. Sack Dagger is still one of those items, one of the last orbitals that actually do kind of make a big difference in a run. You can still use it. So we get a free tarot card here at the cost of our D12, which I don't really want to do. Keeper's Bargain may be an okay play too, honestly. We have good money. So now we have a way to not only defend Isaac's heart, but also deal damage. And that's big. Now we can still get bulldozed by enemies like Chubb, so we got to be still pretty conscious of where our heart is. There you go. But look at that, Sack Dagger just chopping away at everybody. And we'll just go ahead and put these over here and never speak of it again. We're looking for big rock rooms. But technically speaking, this isn't the exact same scenario that I was talking about, because Isaac's body doesn't deal damage, right? It's still coming from Sack Dagger. Now, if we had something like Midas Touch, the virus, or even Mom's Heals, that changes a lot. With this amount of money and this engine that we've got going here, I may be convinced to. See, yeah, I barely missed that one. I may be convinced to take Keeper's Bargain, which is a rarity for me. But with Isaac's heart, you have to play aggressively. Otherwise, you're gonna kind of get in your own head about too much. Just run at him. The Soul Heart here, Voodoo Head really showing its value. This looks like a tinted... This rock right here looks like a tinted spike rock. I don't know why. Like I said, be aggressive. Be aggressive. And a third active item in a row. Ooh, boy. The D12 versus deck of cards. Deck of cards could also potentially be huge. Like giving us an Emperor card or something like that. Ah, but the D12, though, man. The D12 has the potential to set us up for so much good. If only we had the school bag. I'm gonna stick with my boy. Stick with my boy, the D-Twizzle. I have faith. We get a Hermit card, too. Okay, well, I guess we're just going to find both of our curse rooms here immediately. Three Soul Hearts will take that as an apology for that Mega Troll Bomb game. And once you start thinking of Isaac as a blocker, like an offensive lineman, it becomes a lot less daunting to play with Isaac's Heart. But don't get it twisted; you can still take lots of damage and die. So you just have to kind of reconfigure your brain a little bit on how to approach Isaac's Heart. Not saying it's good, but when thrust in these situations, you kind of have to. You gotta just know how to deal with it. So we are completely immune to damage here from these toadstools. Contract from below helping us out here. It's going to give us either double items or 0 items in a room. There we go. Nice knockback there from Isaac's Heart. We do this. Laugh in the face of danger. And Tech point 5. Bot fly. Potentially, even Fool's Gold with a couple of coins could turn into 6 cents, which is greater value than a bomb. Yeah, so that was 5 cents. We get Black Candle. Black Candle going to remove all possible curses, and now we get Mom's Key. We got the Mother Transformation already, which does allow us to have more contact damage points with the butt knife. Man, oh man, if June can make even an Isaac's Heart run look like it's worthwhile to do, brother, we may be looking at a goated month in Mosh Pit history here. I mean, that's kind of unheard of. See, this is worth the 2 bombs and the key, and it was because of Mom's Key. Combine that with the fact that we have the counterfeit penny still. That's good value. This is still good value here. I'm not going to play the fortune telling machines, but I'll blow them up for absolutely no gain. Oh, we got 2 of our bombs back. Unfortunately, Flatworm does not increase the radius of Tech point 5, although that would be really dope if it did. Yeah, Isaac's Heart says, get out of here. Don't even try. HP upgrade. Oh, yeah. Might be a way to pay out in here. If we get an HP upgrade, we can get a couple more taps on the Demon Judgment. Okay. Yeah, I'll take Starsguard's fine. Yeah, no excuse to not go in curse rooms here, and we get 9 lives. Dude, Voodoo Head making me a believer in certain conditions. Contract from below paying out. I mean, everything's coming up Millhouse here. We can get a free secret room that I didn't even know was there. Ooh, that's so much better than Flatworm. Sorry, Flatworm. I want the bombs. The problem with this room is the fact that Isaac's Heart is a magnet for spikes. Like that, like the moving spikes. Game is trying to throw everything it can at us right now. We can get it right back. Come on, dude. We get Master of Lockpicking, which is going to give us free golden chests as long as we're holding on to it. I know that we passed up the item room, so I'm going to double back here. And even though we started off with Isaac's Heart, we weren't that far off from boss rush. See, now that's what you can't do. We can't start taking the stupid damage now. Now, instinctively, the game is going to try to aim at Isaac's Heart. Okay, there's our item room. The shop's going to be over here. The west, we get Lost Fly, which, I mean, Lost Fly, it's going to draw aggro sometimes, but for the most part, it's he just kind of does whatever. Got any more? Are you gonna shoot? Okay, thank you. Definitely want to go back and find our shop. So didn't mean to use that key. Now, because we left this room, those purple fires are reloaded, so gotta be a little bit cautious about that. Oof. All right, the shops are getting a little worse here. We also haven't used the D12 in a while, so not really utilizing the full effects here. But there also hasn't really been any good rooms for it. Like, that room's okay. This room, actually, you know what? This room's that room's low key pretty amazing for the D12. Secret room. Well, we've already found it. It could be to the right of here, but we've already found it. Trying to stay locked in here. You really cannot be too comfortable with Isaac's heart at any point. Yeah, so remember what I said about locks or spikes being magnets to Isaac's heart? Magnetized to the heart? Yeah. And that's going to be Guppy. Wow. I think I have to directly thank Voodoo Head for making that possible. But technically speaking, Isaac's heart did make Guppy happen too, because I wouldn't have gone into that very first curse room had I not had the ability to do it for free. We even get Guppy's tail too. Oh my gosh. About to be super Guppy. Now you heard that Ipecac explosion there. That was from Tech Point 5, but that is one of the dangers for some unknown reason, ungodly known reason. They made Ipecac shoot out of Tech Point 5 just randomly sometimes. I didn't condone it. I didn't vote for it. Not my Tech Point 5. Rainbow Champion doesn't really scare us here. We just do too much damage with our Guppy Flies, and then also, of course, Sack Dagger. I know you're going to be looking at this video being like, hey, what's the big deal? What's wrong with Isaac's heart? Maybe you even start to like it, Invicta. No. No, the second you start thinking like that is when the game gets you. You might like Isaac's heart more because of this video, but I will not be. There are certain items that I will not ever budge from in terms of my position. Isaac's heart will be one of them. TM Trainer would be another. There are just certain items that I will never give a chance. You know, and yes, they're almost, with the exception of TM Trainer and Missing No, almost every single item has a, but it's good in this situation scenario type deal, right? You know, you look at this run with Isaac's heart, you think like, yeah, this is great. What's the problem? You got to imagine this run without us having Sack Dagger, without us having Guppy, without us having Voodoo Head. You have to imagine that, because I promise you it's not as glamorous as it looks like in this run right now. So don't get bamboozled. Don't let the game do that to you. I don't want you to get disappointed now. But do not for a second think that everything is honky-dory. We look amazing on this run because of the items that we've gotten, and Isaac's heart looks amazing because of that. On itself, if you have to get 4 or 5 different items just to make an item passable or good, then that item is not good. I've said this for years. We're on point with our secret rooms today. I'm going to save both of these soul hearts in here just in case we take some damage, because remember, it's absolutely no skin off our back to lose soul hearts here to go back into curse rooms. I mean, thanks to Voodoo Head. Well, thanks to Isaac's heart, really. And with Forever Alone, we also get another orbital here, just to help us even more with a close quarter combat. Wow, that's a lot of hearts. And we don't even have, I mean, we've gotten no damage upgrades in this fight. In this entire run. Zero. And we're stabilized because of our orbitals, because of Isaac's Heart. Is the way that we're playing. We can only play like this way because of the items that we get. So, knowing the items, knowing how to adjust your play style. Ooh, I'd like to take the relic. I don't want empty heart, but I'll take the relic. We don't need empty heart. But just imagine this run, but on Serpent's Kiss. Serpent's Kiss with this run, forget about it. All right, I think we've run the course here with the D12. Thank you, D12. You did an amazing, amazing, amazing job. Grab this, and yeah, we could go back and get those other soul hearts, but and look for the other curse room. But meh, I think we're doing good. We pretty much have to have Isaac's Heart locked and only release it at this point whenever it's looking like there's going to have to be some unavoidable damage. Unfortunately, we can't do Jack Taco against eye lasers that just fire immediately. And damage can really come up quick on you, especially if you don't have something like the Wafer. Which is the reason why switching to the Satanic Bible was a must. We get a soul heart back here. A little bit of forgiveness thanks to the game. Forgiveness, but not forgiven. Okay, you need to stop showing up there. Purple heart. The secret room might be here. And we don't want the Eternal Heart. I don't remember if the Polaroid invincibility works with Isaac's Heart. I don't think it does. I think you can still get hit. And we can just perfect block here for Isaac's Heart. No problem at all. Do you get one final devil deal here? And Dark Prince's Crown. At this point, we're not gonna win this with tier damage here. This is all orbital stuff. You see here, just trying to bulldoze pretty much everything. Just get him in range of the butt knife. Combined with Sack Dagger, combined with our Fly Orbital, and anything's possible. Okay, so Polar Invincibility does still work with Isaac's Heart. Okay, that's good. Good to know. But yeah, so not taking Empty Heart was absolutely the right choice. And we just go straight to Isaac. And the shots cannot go to Isaac, cannot get to Isaac's Heart. We only got hit after I let loose the trigger there. This is what I'm talking about, just pure, we're just going to get in and block. The crazy dodge right there with Isaac's Heart. Yeah, we just ran him over. Absolutely destroyed him, and the relic gives us a soul heart, so if you didn't know any better, you wouldn't think that we had Isaac's Heart on this run, but man, oh man. Ooh, Deadeye. We don't need Hamulacria at this point. I think it's pretty obvious that we're going to be fine. But see if the Stars card can hook us up here with some June magic. A bit late for Flat Penny, but we don't need it anyway because we've got Master Lockpicking. Deadeye is going to really ramp up the damage here that we get from our Guppy Flies. I had to move that I had to move that heart real quick. And look at that. No damage to green bloat. Depression, honestly, is not a terrible pickup here. We got Old Husky. Old Husky. Look at that. Just running right into the explosions face first. So, I think that the moral of the story for this run here is that, yes, Isaac's Heart's terrible. But there are ways to make it good. Is it a good item? No. Does it need lots of different other scenarios and items to make it better or look appealing? Yes. By my definition, that means that on the base level, it's not a good item. But under certain conditions, Isaac's Heart can look not bad. I will say it was a great synergy there with Voodoo Head. Sack Dagger coming out of nowhere was huge, and us getting a Guppy item was also very, very nice. The Guppy transformation, I mean. I wouldn't say this is the most dominant Isaac's Heart run that we've had, but it definitely was the safest that we've had in quite a while. Now let's never get it again. Virgo Shield's going to be nice here. When we do actually take damage, I have a chance of spawning or proccing the absolute strongest shield in the game. That isn't Sigil Baphomet, I mean. Look at that, the bone spur is just destroying everything as soon as they try to spawn as a death rattle here. Yeah, sure, a big fan. We get Beelzebub, why not, you know? A big fan does make all the other orbitals spin slower. Sure. Tooth and nail. Those pointy rib. Yeah, this seed was absolutely built for exactly what we did here. Because as you can see, we didn't get any damage upgrades. Yankee Lima Lima Whiskey Golf Tango Charlie Alpha. Since I was too indignant at the beginning of this run to actually read it. But if you've enjoyed this run and you were impressed by the build that we came up with, maybe this is the first time that you actually saw any value in Isaac's Heart, then click the like button. Remember, at the time of this recording, we're only one video away from hitting 2. Oh yeah, I mean, why not at this point? From hitting the next sub goal, 2,000 likes gets us the all the good stuff. Why are we white? By the way, not sure what's going on there. Why did we turn white? Yep. That's a new one. Yeah, 2,000 likes in this video, everybody. Let me know what you thought about the build down below. Let me know if you actually have, what is your favorite goated Isaac's Heart build that you've ever seen or done yourself? Post them in the comments down below. Remember those questions of the episodes. And memes of the day, they're starting to fire back up on the Sinvicta subreddit. Thank you to the meme makers of the Mosh Pit. And thank you, Isaac's Heart, and the D12. We can't forget the D12 for making this one possible. So, good one. Good one. June actually making Isaac's Heart looking viable here. Here's your screenshot of the day submitted here by Basic Jack over on the Sinvicta subreddit. Title of the thread was not an XL floor, by the way, and yikes. That is ridiculous that is not an XL floor. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 24 room non-XL floor. And that's not even including the 2x2 that counts as extra rooms if they weren't 2x2s. So, yikes. Yeah, that's a Sinvicta navigation on the way. But thank you for submitting that one. Submit your own questions, or questions of the episodes, but also your screenshots of the day over on the Sinvicta subreddit. And thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and hyping everybody. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to patrons of mine like Saul Petty, Raphael Lindemann, and Nicholas Fernald. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Sinvicta.